Good afternoon, everyone. Today, again on Matt's Talking Channel, we have achieved quite a bit in a short period of time, thanks to so much help with our friends. First off, we had Jacob and Emily Smets come along. They helped with the planking, got most of the way. And then we had Ewan Laidlaw, a good friend from Adelaide, fly down for a week, finish the planking and work on the deadwood or the stern keel timber, which was a very large piece of wood. And between him and Iefke, they got it all glued up and sort of roughly in place until the day comes that I'm healed and can get back into wood mode. We have painted a lot of plywood. We grooved it, put the grooves down the ply to make it look like panelling or traditional decking, same as the bulkheads. And then we neat epoxy everything so that the plywood is sealed and safe. And then we taped up our deck beams and didn't paint underneath the deck beams. They just have neat epoxy that we roughened up. So then the adhesion is epoxy to epoxy from top of deck beam to underside of the plywood deck. And that makes a good, strong and water resistant job. You can use fixed deck, but we went for epoxy just the way we're building, and to keep it strong and braced so it can't, twist, and it's it's laminated basically. Again, yeah. Then we painted them all. That's like 5 coats, an epoxy primer, a couple of undercoats, and 3 top coats. That's a few layers of paint. And then we painted the tops of the deck beams with epoxy, roughened them up once it had cured, and started gluing down the plywood deck. It's 2 layers of ply, and then a fore and aft overlay of, 10-12 mil of celery top. So should be strong enough. We are fastening it with bronze screws intermittently every now and then finishing with the plastic nail gun, so that the hope that one day when we have to put a block or put an eye bolt, pad eye through to the deck beams, we don't hit a screw or anything we don't know about. Same with trenching cables. Some people trench cables in the deck beams, but I know myself and I will definitely cut that and forget. So that's been a good little achievement.
So what are you doing here, Sarah?
I'm visiting my dear friends Iefke and Matt, who are building this incredible boat. I sail on the ship where Iefke and Matt met each other, and I'm having a free time now, so I'm basically living their dream here in Tasmania and help a little bit around.
Yay!
Yay!
Thanks so much for helping us, Sarah.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for letting me stay with you guys.
It's very, very nice having your best friend over.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's very satisfying to help and to see what they've accomplished in the last years, and it's really incredible. Yeah, I'm very, very proud. And also very proud to help and be able to help a little bit. It's very...
It is very nice that your energy and your handprint will be on our boat.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's like you literally are, by nailing things down, you're part of their their journey. So yeah, it's really nice to be here.
And we can't wait. We've already tested out Sarah's bunk, and we can't wait for the boat to finish so we can go sailing together.
Exactly, because that's going to be the plan after.
Yeah. Awesome. And also a very big milestone today is Mr. Obi has dared to enter the new deck. So he is now for the first time sitting on our new deck on Tarkine.
Yeah.
Yay.
Many
Obi.
more to come.
Obi. Snack? You want some cheese?
Walk.
Do you want chicken? Oh, do you want chicken? Do you like chicken?
Nou, dit stuk is ook niet de issue is, zeg maar. Dat ik dadelijk een hele grote stap moet zetten. Ja. Oh, dat is leuk. Dat is weer. Ja, dat is heel even.
Hey Matthew,
Yeah.
could you double check something for me up here, please?
Yeah.
And on your way up, could you bring some brown screws?
Bronze. Should have Should be 2 bags up there.
Oh, there's one beneath the camera. Yeah, I see. I see your seas at the wide vein once again. It looks like it is not in the right spot.
Creeping up.
See how the beams don't line up?
Yeah, that's to be expected. I think we've just gradually lost it with glue squeeze and stuff.
Okay.
That's fine.
Is this an issue?
No.
Just pin it like
So
this?
long it's this way, right?
We don't really know. There's no
Well, if you have your hole,
Well, that's the thing, we can see the holes here.
I'd start here and just get that hole. It doesn't matter if the screw's crooked like that way. Just matters if it's crooked that way.
Okay.
Because
That
then
makes
nothing
sense.
will sort
Yeah,
of
yeah.
just get this one lined up and then you'll be right.
Do a great start.
And this one's a hard one because there's no rebate here. So you really got to get glue on this edge and then wipe it. There's no groove there.
Yeah,
That's a
okay,
butt
later
joint,
you
so
mean
it's
in
gonna
the
be-
second plate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get ugly.
And the second layer of plywood will be like a lamination because we'll fully use epoxy over the whole sheet and then just put another sheet down, and we'll use only plastic nails then to put the second layer of plywood on top of the first layer.
Mm. And then you said you were gonna top it off with wood?
Yeah.
What
So,
kind of wood again?
We're gonna, after 2 layers of plywood, we're gonna use fiberglass
Yeah.
to really stop any water or anything from touching the plywood, since we all know that plywood can cause problems with if it comes in contact with water. But because we do want to have that wooden boat feel and the traditional feeling and look of the boat, and we want to feel it under our feet, we wanted to lay a lay deck on top of everything else. So we're using Tasmanian timber again. We found a whole stack of celery top pine in someone's backyard that we bought, and we will machine it up into planks that we will lay down with a groove and Sikaflex seams or fixed deck or whatever product we will use in the end. So she'll look nice.
Really nice. Thank you.
So we've only prepared and glued down probably half the boat of the deck. That's when a project as daunting as this, it's good to work in smaller stages so you don't wear yourself out doing monotonous, the same thing every time. So if we do half the deck and sort of half, it's actually more than half, we do half of that and then half the boat's sort of ticked off, you know, and then we can move aft and start concentrating in the engine area, which is a bit of a head spin. With Ewan here, we made very fast progress on the boat and finished that in 2 days, the planking on starboard side. So the objective now is that we can actually roll fiberglass over the deck and over the hull now, because the hull is complete as far as wood goes. We're onto fiberglass and filling now and fairing. And then we can start laminating the stem and the backbone back into it, because a strip plank boat such as this doesn't have a rabbet. You run past the stem and chop it off, fair it in, and then laminate back onto the end grain, which seals it and keeps it very strong. It's an easier way to go for amateurs such as us. It's just a quick and simple way of doing it. Instead of having to do an accurate rabbet along the whole hull, you can just cut your plank ends off and then laminate back onto that. So I think that'll be quite nice to get the stem built up.
So winter has almost arrived in Tasmania. And what does that mean for Obi? What does that mean for you, Obi? That it's a bit cold.
Hi guys, a small interlude into everything going on. Sarah has made a tent. This tent is for varnishing, and we talked about this a few episodes ago and we had a heap of great feedback and comments to build a tent and to wet the floor. So that is the plan so far. She's made the tent, we've got the skylight in there, and we're gonna spray it down, well, the floor anyway, to reduce the dust with the Dexolay we're using, because it takes so long to dry. Dust seems to settle very easily. I'll show ya. Yes, this is the tent. I know it doesn't look like much. It's tucked away in the corner, but it's not bad. We've made this tent from plastic lined drop cloths. So hopefully the plastic on the inside will reduce the dust, and it's mainly just what we had lying around, and we've strung it up. Sarah has named it Pearl Harbor because she reminisces on a scene in Pearl Harbor in a tent. We'll leave that up to the viewers to work out what she's referring to, and I'll show you inside. It's quite dark in here. A little bit dark, but we'll get some lighting. We might even get a heater going. And then we can continue varnishing. Iefke or Sarah can keep on the varnishing and get this skylight done. Not bad.
We've noticed in previous videos that people are not too interested in watching fiberglass and paint being done, which I fully understand. I don't take any offense. It's probably a bit boring to watch, so I haven't filmed these last bits. So I'll just do a quick update so you know what we've been doing. I'm now sitting in the bathroom area, and we have the deck on, so I can hear Obi's little feet on the deck at the moment. We've glassed the hull and treated the bulkheads with epoxy, and it has had a 2-pack undercoat and then 2 primers, and I'm just going to do the top coat today. And then in the stern of the boat I've been fiberglassing as well. I've done 6 panels with glass, and I'm going to do the first 2-pack undercoat on that today. I'll just show you. It's not much to see. It's just what? This aft section is going to get a 2-pack undercoat today, so you can see the bilge we had glassed already, and we've just been running glass over the side, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 panels actually, apparently I did. So I'll give that a paint, and I'll also paint the engine beds so we can start working on the stern. Obi loves the new deck. He's not too impressed about winter, and I forgot his jacket today, so he's wearing my jumper. I think it looks fabulous on him. Do you think my jumper looks good on you, Obi? Hey? You're not sure? You're standing on it. Oh, thanks for the kiss. Good boy.
In the room. Well, I'll just get a coat on this and then we'll clear out. Oh, it looks way better with the cream.
Yes. Antique white. Yes. USA.
Much better. Much better.
It's for all of our American.
Antique White USA for our American followers.
For all of our USA friends. Antique white. Antique white.
I think you just have to spin basically, and then like get spin going.
I think I just need a little stand.
And just pull it out a bit, so don't start it. And try not to like, kind of just let it settle, you know, lift it up a touch probably. Now spin fairly quickly. Yeah. Nice. Well, that's working.
Set it.
No, I reckon. Just give it a go. And yeah, just see how there's that, like I said, that wobble. And if you go back too far, it'll fall out of the bearing up there. So you can only go back about that far. Just try that. You might just have to lift it up just a touch, that's all. But actually, if you keep it somewhere, see how it goes, just pick the middle ground. So just take the weight a bit. Yeah, try that. It's working, just slow going. And the only other thing would be...
Looks as if...
You need to drill to breathe.
Now it looks like it's very
You might just be walking. What's going on, Dave? Come and check in.
Thanks so much for those cards. They were amazing.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
They're really nice, aren't they?
How do you cook them? What's your trick?
Just get pans hot.
Yeah.
Oil.
Yeah.
Garlic. Scallops.
We had a battered beef battered.
Oh, did you?
Last night. Yeah, just really nice.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I actually cut them in half. They were so big.
Yeah.
They were huge.
Yeah, most of them were sized when we got them. We only had to throw a few back.
So, how did you catch them?
People were free diving, like this was small.
Wow, was that shallow?
It was 2 meters of water or so.
Boring bar.
Yeah, it's wobbling a bit.
I like it, but that looks like the whole... I don't know, it looks like taking everything off the...
Have you got enough power on your drill?
Yeah, the drill's got power. We borrowed one of yours. That's got heaps of power, but it obviously doesn't stop when you let go of the trigger, so it's a wrist breaker.
hands are nice and warm on this machine now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone has cold hands, this drill is nice and hot. It's like it's funnily impossible to look in this hole
Yeah.
because that bit of timber is around. I don't really want to look, but I think it's perfect.
Yeah, that looks good to me. Yep.
Looks like it's just as much taken off the top as the bottom.
Hey everybody, what are you up to?
The flange to sit,
Yeah, the flange will be,
and it'll come out a fair bit, so then the
yeah,
propeller,
because you've got a couple spare and one of those.
yeah, it'll get us out far enough. I think.
Don't know what prop you need.
I can find out. It's, I think at 20 something, 21, 19 or 20 inch. I think somewhere around there.
And
So quite large, but I don't know the pitching yet or anything like that.
But just because we want to try and be as good as we can. Woo-hoo-hoo! Satisfying. The most satisfying thing in the world. It's like a cork stop. It does.